came in from the Central Valley in really bad shape, really torn up. She had been attacked by something that had really caused wounds all over her body. A lot of lacerations, tissue that was dying off.
You're a skinny girl. Skinny too long.
We were able to examine her, start antibiotics and pain medication. She had all these huge wounds, but she's wagging her tail. She's eating, she's pooping, she's doing all the normal puppy things. So we knew she was stable enough to then have anesthesia and this surgery the very next day. We needed to get all that gross stuff off of her body. I did the surgery a week ago today. Seeing how well she's healing, I mean, that's my job satisfaction, and that gets me out of the bed every morning.
We get a lot of animals in who are in terrible shape. The first thing that goes through your mind is, what do you need? What can I give you to make you whole again? We have a huge skill set amongst our veterinarians. We do a lot of surgical work here in-house, soft tissue surgeries, a lot of different eye surgeries, and we even do orthopedic surgery. There's a lot of shelters out there. They just don't have the resources we have. If they have cases that might be euthanized on site, we can bring into HSSV and we can care for those animals ourselves.
In Lillian's case, she's been a great healer. She's doing really well. So next week, she'll have a second surgery where she's got a hole in her body wall, a hernia, in addition to needing her spay. So we're gonna be able to do those two things next week.
Every animal that we put our hands on here is a whole animal, right? They're not just a medical case or just a behavior case. They all have physical and emotional needs that if they're not met, they suffer. We want every interaction with a person to be a positive one so that they have an optimistic outlook when they meet that future adopter. Lillian is a great example of the work that we do here. She came in with injuries that needed to be addressed. She also suffered a trauma that left her emotionally scarred. So she needs support through this tender age, right? She's a young puppy in her critical socialization period. She's gone into a wonderful foster home where she can learn all about being a dog inside of a home and can get those positive experiences with all kinds of people and overcome some of those fears that have been created by the trauma.
When I first saw Lillian, I didn't know where I could even pet her. She had so many stitches and she was just in such bad shape. I jumped at the opportunity to take her into our home and just give her the attention and the care that she needs to make a full recovery. Being able to keep a really close eye on her stitches, on her drain, making sure that she doesn't develop any other illnesses, getting her all socialized and ready to be adopted is a really important part of the fostering process.
She was by far in the worst shape physically as a foster that we've had, but she's really resilient.
For each and every animal that comes to us, we really try very hard to have the most positive outcome that we can so that we can then get that animal out to be adopted as soon as possible into their new family and into their new forever home.
Lily, come here. Lily, come on. Come here.
When we originally brought Lily into the house, I couldn't believe a dog had gone through such a traumatic experience. I wasn't sure how she was going to do with me or the other animals. But immediately, it was as if she's always been a part of our family. She is the most lovable dog you will probably ever meet.
She's also a really snuggle bug.
Yeah. She loves to snuggle. Every dog and everyone deserves a second chance. And I'm just happy the Humane Society of Silicon Valley was there for her. And I love her crazy side.
Every time I see one of these animals that we're able to help and see how transformative this care is for them, it's absolutely inspiring for me. We're one of the few shelters in California that is able to help a lot of animals that nobody else can. We have such an amazing team that is really so dedicated to doing anything and everything that they can for all of the animals that come through here.
We're a resource not only for the Bay Area, but for the entire state. All of those shelters who do not have the resources to treat the sick animals, the animals hit by a car, the animals with wounds, we are that source. And our patients have showed us over the years that they can make it through, they just need a little help.
We are incredibly fortunate to have donors who support us because they are the ones who help us do our everyday saving life work.